we doing all this business stuff and whatnot, and doing all this community work. We're not doing family work. We gotta really get in tune with really getting back to the family. Like, sit down with your family. You need the space, you need the time, and you need some food.
It ain't that hard to get family together.
Yeah, I'm just trying to run a checkup like a doctor. All of them are acting, need an Oscar. I just want a couple grand and make the family proud. I'm sick of penny pinching like a foster. I need some pension off these writtens. They always want a discount, but don't add on to my distance. I do this all in love, and best believe it's still a business. Can't flip commas off your comments.
Sex, the most taboo conversation there is. However, it's how we all are here, and it's how we start families. BU Wellness Network is here to help the community to be more informed and have a healthy relationship with sex. BU Wellness Network has been serving the community for 25 years here in Indiana. They take a holistic approach of helping the community by providing free STI and HIV screening, helping people who is currently living with HIV, and providing a healthy meal based on where people are at with their nutritious diet. If you want more information about BU Wellness Network, hit the link down below.
Peace, family. Welcome to another edition of the Lead Your Lineage Podcast. We are the number one podcast with families seeking to end generational dysfunction.
Man,
what up, cuz?
Not much, man.
My dog.
Cuz doing what you just said what we be saying, seeking, and I'm ending dysfunction, man. I'm about to just jump into it, man. I'm gonna let y'all know, man. Look, man, what I've been working on is something else, man. It's called acceptance. I've been accepting my whole life, man. See, I'm one of those people, man. I be like, man, I don't like all that. I got ADHD. I got all that. That's why I be acting like this, and I be doing that. It used to irk my nerves. You know, I talked to Cuz about this off camera. It irked my nerves. Like, it irked my nerves for people to say they got something. So my whole life, I would just say I don't got it. You know what I mean? They tried to give me ADHD. My mama didn't let them give me the pills. My brother got it, and my little sister got it, and my other siblings got it as well. So it's genetically. I ain't gonna lie, I can kind of see it in my kids too sometimes, you know. But this is like legit. But accepting it, man, my whole life I'm like, I don't got that shit. I ain't got that shit. And not accepting something that's not a mental illness, in my opinion. It's not a mental fall. It's no autism. It's nothing. I don't even think it's really a problem. It's just some people can think of multiple things at a certain time, and our attention span only can work on that thing at a certain amount of time before we have to work on another task and go back. It's just it's not a flaw. So that's one thing helped me look and accept it. That's what I'm going to go about it. Let me be 100. So before I just go on a crazy rant about it, but because that's how I'm feeling about it, but you know, I came to acceptance. Like, okay, you do got ADHD, bro. You know, you didn't get medicated when you was younger, because a good thing my mama did. She didn't want me to be on them pills. I'm so glad my mama didn't put me on them pills. Like, thankful for my mama didn't put me on them pills. You know, and I feel that as life progressed, you know what I mean, I could have worked on some things, and I just I kept throwing it aside. I ain't got that. And when you really do got something and you don't work on it, guess what? It gets worse. You throw it in the closet. You say you don't got it. So
that's real.
So I've been accepting it. Let me get to it. Like I said, let me not rant. I've been accepting it. And I've been working. How I've been working on it, I've been learning, like, for little things. Like, I like to clean a room, and when I clean the house, I clean the whole house at once. I'm cleaning the kitchen, the upstairs, the downstairs, everything. I go throw away something, boom, while I'm in the kitchen, because the trash can is in the kitchen. While I'm in the kitchen, even though I was just cleaning the living room, I might as well stop and clean the kitchen. And stopping myself from doing that, being like, nah, go back, finish your task, get that whole room done. paying attention to my tasks more. Like I said previously on one of the podcasts, but I never elaborated on it. It's kind of like the same thing, seeing yourself react, certain reactions you have and you don't know, and it's because it's trauma-based.
Yep.
That can be, it's kind of the same thing. It's because the reactions and the things I'm doing little, it's because I have this condition in my head and I have to fix it, quote unquote, not even fix it, but just evaluate it and make it work better so I can become a better person. Find the strengths of it. Oh, okay, you can think of multiple things at once. Think about these multiple things at once. But when you think about these multiple things at once, finish each thought. And so that way you got a complete thought of multiple things. So it's just really accepting. And I feel like as Black folks, we haven't accepted a lot of things in life. We haven't accepted that we have been oppressed and been told how to think and been told how to live and been having all this, quote unquote, we wonder why we got the most, we wonder why we got the most mental illnesses. It's because our surroundings, it's because of what our ancestors went through. Inez Beverly Professor, I'm sorry, she was one of the greatest scholars, the first Black woman who had a PhD in psychology, and she would talk about the mental health of Black people. This is fact. She talked about how even learning. She talking about even when we learn, we even have to learn with Black people who look like us and be in the more environments that look like us because it helps us even learn more and the effects of it. So so this is been studies. We have to accept this, cause so me learning to accept myself, I've been better in myself. I've been giving myself full thoughts, finishing multiple things at once, but still doing it in a correct order where I can make sure I'm getting everything done thoroughly instead of jumping task to task and thinking that I'm getting things done thoroughly and correctly, but I'm not. I'm missing little parts, little things and little that. Now I got all these ideas in my head and I'm finishing them. I can look back and say, oh, okay, this still needs to get worked on. Let me finish this before I jump on that. So I can make sure it's done correctly, smoothly. So man, that's one thing I feel like I wanted to tell the world, man, because I don't want nobody to never think that I'm perfect, man. Like I always say, never picture perfect. I'm working on myself, bro, and I'm being vulnerable, and I'm coming to y'all and letting y'all know how we can get this, how I'm doing this shit. So then you can leave in your comments however you want to do and let me know so how we can fix it, man. I'm gonna keep pushing that message. So I've been accepting myself, and I looked in the mirror and I realized a lot of times us Black folks, we're not accepting this. We're not accepting that we've been slaves for more than 400 years, but that's an Atlantic slave trade. Let me say that. We was an Atlantic slave trade for over 400 years. How much that mentally messed us up. How much we have learned from the people who enslaved us. We haven't accepted that. We want to talk about slavery. We always want to talk about, we the natives. We this, we that. We haven't accepted where we come from. We haven't accepted our ancestors. We talk about our stuff that we believed before slaveries and all that. We haven't accepted that. It's still evil to us. All of our ancestors' ways and culture and dances, the way that they praised each other and they did their ancestors, all of that is not being accepted. So I'm like, damn, maybe I do need to tell the world how I'm fixing myself, how I'm looking in and mentally doing and seeing my mental flaw. I'm not accepting myself. Now I got many tasks not done. I want to work on Lead Your Lineage. I want to work on my book. I want to work on this and that, but I want to teach my kids. I'm trying to do everything at once. Nah, finish the task so you won't half step.
That's good.
Yeah, cause
Man, that first and foremost, I definitely want to give you your flowers for your vulnerability. This is I know you and I talked off camera about this multiple times where for you, Lead Your Lineage is very therapeutic.
I agree.
And I'm appreciative of that space. And I allow that to be the space for you, not from like a boss perspective or a business perspective. Like, nah, like I let you be who you are, because you need that for you, and I don't attempt to change that dynamic that you need to bring to the table so you can become a better Teron Senior. You know what I mean? So I'm always appreciative to be able to take myself and my ego, even though I'm the co-founder of Lead Your Lineage. Shit, you are too. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't my platform. This ain't your platform. It's our platform, and both of us got to show up as ourselves. And a part of you showing up as yourself is this is a place for you to be therapeutic. This is a form of therapy for you, and it is for me too. But you've alluded to in the past that this is like, that's your number one thing. Like, this is your therapy.
My therapy.
You feel me? And I love that for you. I appreciate you for that too. Secondly, you saying that this ADHD thing is you're accepting it and it's not a flaw. And as you were saying it, I was like, this is your superpower. It's just, how do you manipulate your divinity, your superpowers, your God-given superpowers to be able to benefit you? Because you got them for a reason. Now you got to be the alchemist to make it make sense. So I want to commend you for that, being on that journey. That's a road less traveled. A lot of people don't even, like, damn, what am I really good at? Okay, I can do this. Okay, how do I make this make sense? Not even from a money standpoint, just like to make it make sense from a mental standpoint. How can I make this gift I have? How can I make this make sense so I can function as a human being? So I commend you on that. Third, you're seeing the need to change because you got 3 little people that's looking at you every day. Every move you make. They looking at how you breathing. They looking at how you talking to them. They're looking at how you talking to your wife, which is their mother. They're looking at how you're cooking the food. They're looking at how you're teaching them. They're looking at how you're talking to their siblings. They're looking at every single aspect of that. They're processing it. Consciously and subconsciously. Every single thing. So that's I wanted to, and I can go on and on.
I appreciate it.
Give me your flowers.
Appreciate it.
But I wanted to say that on camera.
And I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you. Real shit.
Yeah, cuz, and I feel like, like I say, man, I come on here and I let people know this because, like I said earlier, it's a thing that we all going through as Black folks. We not accepting. We not accepting that we are the lowest on owning homes. We the lowest on owning land. However, we got all these big ideas. We need to accept the fact that we got the less land. Oh, how can we do this? How can we equivalate this? When we start going into these business rooms, and we can start taking cohorts. We can start taking learning classes. You can read books about real estate. There's so many different things you can do about real estate.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? To go on to actually learn how we can get
economics.
We can learn economics, but we gotta figure out how we can go in the fall. We gotta realize that, but we not accepting it. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's also just, it's an inner thing and it's an outer thing too. What's in, what's out. What's above is below. What's below is above. It's the same thing. What's in was out. What's out is in. Sometimes you share your story and you let people know it's going to touch somebody. Same thing. Yep. Sometimes somebody share their story and it's going to touch somebody. it's just a big ball that we got to keep evolving. And I feel like a lot of times people get on these platforms and they don't keep it real. They be just hiding it. Oh, everything going good. Everything doing good. Shit, man. Being an entrepreneur, man, shit, it's real work, man. We just now starting to make some money. You know what I mean? And shit, I feel like we should have been making it in the first year. You ask me. You know what I mean? And that's how it is, though. You know, you gotta keep going, and you gotta want it, and you gotta really want it, and you gotta have a mindset for it. And it's just like I was saying, though, a lot of people get on this camera and you see a lot of acting, and a lot of times people getting paid to put on an image, so they can't show you the truth and about it, man. So that's why I said this platform, we action brand. Not only we talking about it and we being masked off and we being vulnerable, we showing you how we fixing it. I'm telling you, hey, look, I realized that I have this, and I've been putting ADHD in the back of my head, and I've been saying I don't got it. Now I'm doing it and fixing it, and this is how I'm fixing it. Like I told you, you can rewind it. I said A to Z. We saw that it's a lot of black kids that never been talked to about sex. Matter of fact, let me rephrase it. So we all here, most of us black folks are here. Some of us are not, but a lot of us black folks are here because our parents wasn't told about sex. So what me and cuz do, we go around, we telling the youth about how sex actually start families. We give it a new perspective. It's a real action. So it's a lot of times people not only don't get on here and show the vulnerability, they get on here and they don't act behind it. You know, so I just feel like that's why our podcast, you know, is different. You know, we are action brand. Our business is different. Yeah, our business is different. We're an action brand who doing something that's real. That's one of the most powerful things. And if you don't think it is, look at their strategy. That's the first thing they took. They separated families for a reason. They keep families away for a reason. Statistically, like I said last podcast, so you can look at it statistically. You can look at it as a war tactic. You can look at it as any type of way. So that's what makes us different, cuz we really out here. And like I said, let me finish it. Cuz lost his father. Saul, like, damn, man, if my daddy loved himself and took care of himself more, he could have been here and helped and take care of me and my mama more like he really wanted to. So what cuz do? He go around talking to people about health. He not only talk about it, he be about it. Cuz started to be a vegan. And I tell cuz all the time, man, yeah, cuz it's in your bloodline, your fat ass, if your ass was still eating like that, you would be having problems. I'm glad you changed. You would have, cuz.
No, and this, so it's, and this is the thing, too. I'm glad you touched on that, too, right? On the vegan journey, right?
Yeah.
I got to touch on this. I got to keep it real and be honest. When I started my journey, it was a lot of the processed stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't the alkaline organic stuff, right? Now I'm making that transition into more of that and becoming more alkaline in the way I eat. But
they don't know what that is, cuz.
So alkaline is essentially when you are plant-based, it's the cleanest way to eat. So how I simply explain it to people, it's the God-made food. It's the stuff that literally grows from the ground naturally. You can literally go from farm to table and eat it. That explains alkaline, and it goes into the pH level and all that stuff. You can look that up. There's literally a simple YouTube search or Google search, pH balance of foods, and go down that rabbit hole and enjoy yourself. I guarantee you'll start reading nutritional facts after going down that rabbit hole of like the pH levels, different pH levels of food. Just go to Google or YouTube and just have fun. When I started that journey of becoming plant-based, it was a lot of processed stuff, a lot of frozen stuff. I had to transition. It's just new to me. You know what I'm saying? And then that all spiraled into like having gut issues, that I'm correcting now. That spiraled into not having the nutrients that I needed. Becoming nutrient deficient. But like I said, I didn't know any better. Well, now I know, and I'm invested into me, and now I know I have to correct. Now I know what needs to be done, and I'm so grateful that my body's been able to keep me here while I'm on this journey. Cause I might look good to the naked eye in another human being, like in terms of like being well put together, in terms of like a physique, right? But the insides, based on the journey I went on, whole different story.
Sure, bro.
And that's the part I'm going to be sharing going forward. It's like, if you do want to transition, this is how you need to transition. To go on the health tip that you talked about too. When my father had some mental health issues that he really probably didn't honestly have the vocabulary to explain it.
Yeah, he was born in a different era.
Yeah, my pops was born in 1953. So he probably didn't have the vocabulary to explain.
Yeah,
that was a whole
mental health back then.
You
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what it was.
For real.
So you really couldn't talk about that for real. So that I'm making that change right there. So yeah, I was reached out to, cause I have a mental health first aid certification. And in 2026, I'm gonna be doing some things to be able to help people in that regard, in the mental health space, just to be a support, man. Because it's a lot going on. It's a lot that, especially as like a black man, that we go through that we don't get a chance to talk about. I mean, I'm gonna talk about it. I went to group therapy with black men. That was my form of therapy. I went to that last year. That changed my whole perspective on therapy.
Yeah,
I learned in that group session, those group sessions, that people that complain live the longest. And complain can be substituted with vent or any other vocabulary word, right? I'm gonna say complain because that's how it was brought to me. I'm going to say how I feel, whether it be to a person or writing it down in a journal. I'll get back to journaling too. That was a note to self as I reflect on that. But these things of like health, like physical health and mental health, I'm taking that to a whole different level in 2026. It honestly started now. It's already started, for real. But that's going to a whole different level that I didn't even know I couldn't imagine when I first started this journey. The mental health aspect of it and the physical health aspect of it. Because all that's like an everyday thing I got to walk with. And that, in my life, that trickles down to everything else. So if I ain't got my mind right, my body right, first I'm not, like I always say, you got to think 10 times smarter instead of working 10 times harder. But if your mental health ain't right, you're not going to think 10 times. You got to think 10 times deeper, my bad. Think 10 times deeper instead of working 10 times harder. If your mind not right, your mental health is off, then you can't think 10 times deeper. So I'm taking my own advice on that and really leaning into my own mental health. And then physically, I'm gonna start getting back to my monthly massages. I'm gonna get back to that. Then I'm gonna work into bi-weekly, weekly. I'm gonna reverse engineer back my way into that thing. That's an investment. That's a monetary investment to have people pour into you from a mental health space and a physical health space. So the amount of time that I have to spend on things that don't pour into that is limited, intentionally limited. There's boundaries in place now because I have my own self-care plan that I have in place. So I can be the best I can be for myself and for Lead Your Lineage, for my family, and for the people that I'm serving. And that's the piece that a lot of people miss when they get into entrepreneurship. Like, yeah, you the boss, right? Of your big, like you the boss man, the boss woman, right? But your customers and your clients, they really telling you what to do, for real, for real. Mm-hmm. You really get into it, and really start to look into it. I have cuz would have put out some trash clothing. His customers were like, yo, this is trash. Mm-hmm. And if he kept selling that trash clothing, he wouldn't be in business. If I kept doing trash speaking engagements or doing X, Y, and Z that was trash, or a trash book, I'll throw that out there. If my book was trash, people wouldn't buy it. So all of those things play a role. You got to listen to the people that you're serving. If your product is trash, and you trash, especially if you don't want to change it based on the feedback you're receiving. So
that goes to
accepting it.
That's the acceptance and mental part, and mental. All that is mental health too.
Absolutely,
accepting that
it be tough.
Yeah,
be
accepting
tough for folks,
that you got a product that needs some work, that your idea that you came out with, and I call it magic, because it's plasma thinking, and then you make it to a liquid, a solid, and then it becomes the gas, all of that. But anyway, when your idea really comes to evolve, and you hear that you need work on it, a lot of people throw it away. That's that mental part of accepting something. That's that mental part of, hey, I got this big flaw, and I need to fix it in order to see, in order for other people to see my vision. It's all right, man. It's all right to sometimes you need to correct or something to be corrected, man. Like I tell cuz all the time, look, man, I'd rather hear for what I need to fix so I can fix it. Then when I can fix it, then when I can fix it, it ain't nothing else to fix. If somebody tell you everything you need to fix and you fix everything they need to fix, you can move on to the next step, on to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And this ain't no like
that, cuz
deep fake woke shit or nothing. Like it's literally the word accountability. You're taking account of your ability.
You gotta accept it, cuz.
That you have to accept it.
Yeah, you gotta accept it.
Gotta accept where you you are able or not able at.
And that's hard, man, because
it is.
Mental, because you go back to mental awareness and all that, and that's why I said, dang, this plays together. A lot of mental capacity don't allow you to accept things. A lot of times your mental plays with trauma, plays with even dopamine. Good dopamine plays a role of you accepting something. You know what I mean? For example, you may know you need to put the phone down and start to get something done, some work, or work on your hobby to make it end up to a business, or work on your business, or get something done. But your dopamine receptors in your brain ain't allowing you to accept to put the phone down and find something else to release your dopamine. You know what I mean? You're not accepting the fact that your brain is addicted to this phone.
Yeah, that's something that I'm
going
through right now.
Won't you work on that phone and get off? He said, everybody be going through that, man. Hey, no lie. Hey, no lie. I ain't even trying to brag, because I just told you I be going. That's one thing I haven't went through, man. I never want to. I never want to go through that. Never been in them type of my phone. My phone, you know how much hours I get? On Sunday, it say I get an average of 3 to 4 hours. And most of those hours is creating. It's because I'm on YouTube or something and I'm posting, because I do our social media. It's because I'm trying to force myself to gauge into that. You know what I mean? But most of the time, cuz been with me, we can be chilling, especially if it's a group of people. Everybody gonna always look at their phone. If you pay attention to me, not me, bro. I'm not paying attention.
If I'm in a group of people, I know how to disconnect from my phone.
Man, I can't. Even if I'm at the crib, cuz. Now, you know what I mean? I'll probably do something, then I got kids too, though. So that's probably helped me. I get to play with the toys with Teron, play some with Kepra, play some with Capri, talk to my wife, you know what I mean? And then, it's hard for me to even watch movies. I go to sleep on movies, man. But anyway, let's get back to the topic, man, about accepting, man. And a lot of times we got these mental illness problems that where we can't accept it because we got trauma. Like I said, we got trauma, or we got that dopamine release where we want to release that dopamine, and we ain't accepting that we can release it another way. We haven't explored it. We haven't unlocked that crease in your brain yet to make the waves and the brain activity travel in a different way. And that's because acceptance makes you have to release the dopamine in a different way. So it's going to be on different levels. That's why I'm using the phone. So for the phone example, all that color, all that stuff, it's going to give you a lot of dopamine, right? A lot of dopamine. You have to learn how to react that same dopamine, but in less proportions. So your brain going to have to accept that you're going to get less dopamine for doing this or doing that at the time, because your brain so used to that forced dopamine. When you start getting natural dopamine, it loses, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you got to accept, I got to get this natural dopamine. That's hard to do, cuz. That's hard. Because you got to give, you got to sacrifice. You got to give away something in order to accept something most of the time. You got to give away your ego.
Duality. That I was just going to touch on that,
You got to give away your ego.
That's good.
You got to give away your perspective.
Yep.
You got to give away your wants. You know what I mean? You got to give away your needs. You got to give away your whole body in order to accept something. You got to be like, damn, I am tripping. Like when I learned that, when I accept myself, learn like, damn. For instance, I'm gonna give the hardest thing was to learn, to accept that I've been lied to about my religion and my spirit the whole time. That was the hardest thing to accept. I was reading the Bible, and then something said, look up King James. I looked up King James. I saw who he was. I didn't want to accept it. So what I do, I looked up the King James who wrote the Bible. Then the same biography, his same stories popping up. I'm like, damn, no, not this one. The King James who wrote the Bible, the Christian Bible, same story popped up. Don't matter what I was doing at that time, at that moment, I didn't want to accept what was in my face that was showing me facts. And my emotions were so grasped on what I thought was the truth, on what I wanted to believe, on what my ego didn't want to let go.
Oh, yeah.
That I could have manipulated myself and been like, no, this phone don't know what they're talking about. No, this real don't know what they're talking about. But I didn't. I said, okay, I found 3 sources that say this. It's only one source that say this. This is facts. I'm looking at facts. I can't keep taking about how I feel. I can't keep like I said, I got to let go of my ego. I got to let go of all these things. I got to accept what's going in front of me, and it's going to hurt me. And accepting that a bullet is coming to you and about to hit your body, and your body got to recover from that, it's something we naturally, the body reacts to flinch, to do that naturally. So acceptance is sometimes not even, it's natural, but it's something you got to work on naturally. You know what I mean? Like how you got to work on a house. You just don't get one built. Got to work on it. Something you got to work on. You got to accept.
It's the foundation set.
Yeah.
You gotta let that set in place.
You gotta accept it, cuz you gotta be
the frame. Framing and all that stuff.
And it hurt them. And it hurt it. So at that time, like I said, I could have let it go, but I sit there and accepted it. And when I accepted it, it broke my ego. It made my wants difference. It made my ego change for the better. It made my thoughts change for the better. All those things that I mentioned previously, it changed for a better. So I accepted something in order to get back something better. Yep. Even though all of that hurt it and that bullet hurt it, that bullet hit me. But now my chest recovered and it's made out of steel now. You know what I mean? I got a steel plate now.
Man, got vibranium in this body.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Wakanda forever.
You feel me? For real, cuz. That's the truth, cuz.
Absolutely.
We gotta look at it like that. And then what also made me accept it was, look.
That's good.
Yeah, well, you gotta accept the fact that your slave on people was forcing you to do this. So I had to accept this. I had to accept that me, and then what makes people hard to accept.
Right now, I got something for you though.
You accepting something makes you outside of the box, makes you uncomfortable, makes you have to go to the unknown, and that right there also flicks trauma to some people, because going to the unknown is where they found trauma. Going to the unknown, they don't know that they so used to getting easy dopamine off the phone that they don't know going to the unknown will release another type of dopamine that your brain never had that make you even better because you accepted what was going on. You accepted what's going on. That and like I said, cuz the part where we see that it makes us outside the box. We see that it makes us look different. It makes us seem different. That's when it gets harder, because once you step out the box, it's less support. Yep. It's harder. For instance, I became a vegan, and I'm speaking inside of Indiana. It's harder for me to go out. When I go out, I have to make sure I bring food. When I go to my family gatherings, I have to make sure I bring food. It made me harder. So I had to accept the fact that life is going to be harder, but you going to eat healthier. You're going to probably get to live longer.
You're going to live a better quality of life.
Feel good. Fuck better too.
On the journey. That's the process.
You heard me, fellas. Fuck better too.
That's a whole different podcast episode. We can go there though, but I want to touch on that. So you said the unknown. No. That's a whole different. That's a whole different podcast episode. But
I want to touch on that. Oh, fuck it.
You said the unknown. That's a chapter in my book.
Mm-hmm.
The unknown. Everything that you alluded to, like the ego death, the stepping outside of the box and having less support because you may seem like you ain't no may seem. You seem like you're not there anymore, because you're literally not there anymore. And the there is inside the box. You're not there anymore. So it's very, very difficult to figure out how to support somebody that doesn't think inside the box. Very difficult, because everybody that's around you, for the most part, they think inside the box, but you're outside the box. It's like, why are you outside the box when the box that you were in got you to where you are right now? And it was like, I just opened my eyes and figured out I was in the box. And it was like, the world is way bigger than this box that I've been trapped in, essentially. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's way bigger than this box. And when you start to explore the unknown, it can do a couple things to you. It can make life easier, or it can make life harder. The beautiful thing is, in the law of duality, you get to choose. We get to choose which side you want to go into. It's always gonna be easy and hard, or right or wrong in every situation. Everything has something. That's just duality. That's like every man and woman has masculine energy and feminine energy. That's duality. That's life. And you're talking about when you mention the facts or something, like where I'm at now, it's like numbers lie. The numbers are made up. The numbers that they say, this started in 18 whatever. Or 1492, like, bro, that's a number. That could have happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being outside the box. But people that are in the box are like, bro, what? That didn't happen yesterday. You're right, but you also can be wrong too. I'm right, but I also can be wrong too. Because let's just play everybody in the box, right? 1492 AD. 1492 AD. Did I not have people on this earth?
You did.
Right. So did I not? You know what I'm saying? Did I not have ancestors on this earth?
For a fact, you did.
I'm just playing this. I'm back in the box, attempting to have a conversation with people that's in the box. I'm outside. I'm outside the box brother having conversations with inside the box people right now. I step back into this trap to have a real conversation about this box that I just stepped back into that you're comfortable in and I got up out of because it was uncomfortable being comfortable. So, all right, 1492, 1776, Declaration of Independence. My people were classified as slaves during that time. 1492, people were classified as slaves during that time. 2025, people still classified as slaves if they go to prison, essentially. Versus 13th Amendment on Netflix. All these different things are going on. It's like, okay, what? So those are just 4 digits. Different time periods, 4 digits. But my ancestors, whenever that yesterday was, my ancestors were here. And I know that because the truth of the matter, that is a quote. That's one of my favorite quotes of all time, Dr. Deborah Blair. Rest his soul. He said, truth is only the truth when you decide it's the truth. Mm-hmm. I decided being in the box was not my truth anymore. So I got up out that motherfucker. Now I'm outside the box communicating with people in the box saying, hey, this is why I got out the box. You don't got to get out the box. I'm going to still love you if you're in the box. I'm just out here, though. And I'm going to live my life out here. And my ancestors, the point being, my ancestors were here in 1776. They were here in 1492. When I say here, I'm talking about on this planet. They're on this planet during that time period. Because everybody who's watching this, if you're a human being, and it's a lot of different variables, so let me preface by saying that. There's a lot of different variables of this. There was a male and a female had some type of sexual contact, and then several months later, you were born. And that goes all the way back to the beginning of human origin. That can be 693 BC. That can be 1492 AD. That can be 2025 AD. That can be 1776 AD. That can be 1600 AD. But your ancestors have been here, and that is the truth. That is the truth. Numbers lie, men lie, women lie, children lie too.
Nature don't.
Thank you.
Hey, but
nature does not lie.
Go into that box. Look, don't open the box. I mean, we got our titles. One of our titles is "Don't think in the box, open the box." And you know, that being said, right? This is what I came to this conclusion the other day too. I'm glad you said this, man. This is on topic, but it's gonna switch it up for a little bit. You just said, right, everything you just talked about, you said every human who's alive right now, right? I want everybody to think about this. Every human that was alive right now is no time period where you didn't have an ancestor alive. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here.
Right?
You wouldn't be here.
Like
How
so,
you here?
So we can prove.
How are you here?
So it's a fact. So follow me, y'all.
That's the only
It's
facts
a
I know.
fact.
In this
It's
world
a
we live in.
fact
That's all I
that
know.
we had ancestors living since the beginning of time. Not even back in since the beginning of time. If you're alive right now, you have had ancestors from the beginning of time since however we got here.
Whether it be Anunnaki, aliens,
However we got
Jesus, Muhammad, whatever you believe in,
They got
in
here,
the time.
right? However, none of us, most of us, because a lot of us do, some of us don't, none of us give praise to them. Instead, we always talking about outside stuff that we read in books.
Yep.
We talk
Straight up.
about stuff that somebody else wrote for us and somebody else wrote and that we believe in. But then when we get to talk about your ancestors, black people, you don't believe in them. But it's proof that your ancestors exist. Factual proof. You know how it's proof? Because you are the living proof. If you don't believe in yourself, that's crazy. Because the fact is in yourself. The fact is in me. The fact is in myself. The fact is that I had ancestors living since the beginning of time because the factual that I'm here. It's no fact that nothing in the Bible, scriptures, even the scrolls, the meta-narrative, there's no fact that any of that existed or is that real. But it is the fact that I had ancestors. So my question is, why nobody love their ancestors as much as we should be? The whole world should love their ancestors because it's proven fact. It's a proven fact. From what I know, Jesus don't have a bloodline, right? So we could take him out the timeline. We still be here, even in the Bible, even if we follow in the Bible,
the Torah,
all that. Even if we follow that,
all that, bro.
we would still be here, right?
Yep, absolutely.
You could take that out of the timeline because guess how I can tell you can take it out the timeline? Because it was once in the timeline where the Bible, the Quran, and none of that existed. But guess who did exist? Somebody that is related to you. Somebody in your bloodline. Who did exist? Somebody in your bloodline. Your DNA. What holds you together. What made you look, when you look in the mirror, what glued your face together, you got this ancestor part of you. You got this ancestor part of you.
Yep.
But yet, we don't be thinking of them yet. We don't talk. We don't embrace them. It just baffles me that we all look outside of everything else. But when it's time to look inside of yourself and into your DNA, we scared of our ancestors, all of the ones who made us. And it's proof. You are living proof. Like I keep saying, you are living proof.
Yeah, just look in the mirror.
I'm living proof. Your mama living proof.
Yep.
Your kids living proof. It's a tag for a fact that we was here. It's no tag. It was a time paper wasn't here. It was a time writing, quote unquote, wasn't here.
Yeah.
But it's never been a time that your people wasn't here.
Absolutely.
Ain't that crazy, cuz?
And it's not.
It
I'm
is.
outside the box.
No, I'm saying it's crazy that we don't give our ancestors more glory, cuz that's what I'm saying. It's crazy that we don't give them more glory. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's crazy we don't. Because they the ones.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's not. I don't disagree with you, but it's not crazy to me though.
Yeah.
I've been
that we don't.
Yeah,
that we don't.
It's not crazy. I've been quote unquote outside the box since January 9th of 2016.
Let me rephrase the question.
No, you good. Keep it how you keep it.
It's crazy to me. It's
I agree with you.
It's unreasonable. It's like it doesn't make any sense to me that people believe in anything else besides the ancestors. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy to me that people look in the mirror and you see yourself in the mirror and you can only prove, even though you don't need no paper, like we don't need census. We don't need none of that to prove. Only thing you need to do is do this. And you can prove that you had ancestors at the beginning of the time.
Yep.
Ain't that crazy? But nobody, I don't know.
No, that's real.
I guess
we gotta sit. Now I think we gotta. I don't know how we're gonna build this out, but I'm very inspired and intrigued by this entire conversation. I think this needs to be like a lecture series or conversation piece with Lead Your Lineage. We'll figure out how to make that make sense for the brand. But that's we gotta get that out
for real
like that.
It's more proof than anything. It's nothing that can prove.
We got to.
That's no more proof. You don't need no more proof.
That's all I lean on. Cause you
don't need no more proof than yourself, right?
That's where I'm at now.
Like,
I didn't used to be there. I'm there now though.
You can't believe.
I'm wholeheartedly there now.
Cause you can even if you don't believe that I'm here, you know that you're there for a fact. You know what I mean? Like no matter what. Like so everybody should feel like, damn. It's just man.
And I was just thinking about it too, like, and this literally may change 5, 10, 20 years from now, right?
Yeah.
I look more like MMA and you look like more like John Lee.
Yeah. For real, lie, bro. Nah, for real.
Those are my MMA and John Lee are my grandparents. That's his great grandparents, right?
Yeah, because I look like Tip, and Tip looked like his daddy. I mean his grandpa. Because Tip is his
That's my uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah.
That's my grandpa.
So that's like just that little speck
Dang, that's crazy.
of time. It's like, yo, we gotta talk about
why
this.
you probably look more like him? Because you do look,
Yeah, I know I do.
Because you be looking like your mama too. Every time you next to your mama,
Mama
your
like
auntie.
auntie.
Yeah,
Auntie
you be looking
Juanita,
like your
more-
mama, boy. I
She
be
like
cracking up. I'm like, man,
I
cuz.
be like, I be calling her MMA sometimes.
Yeah,
too.
that's why though. That's why you probably look like MMA more.
Yeah.
Because you come from the feminine version of him. Well, never mind. I come from my mama. So
Yeah, I mean, shit, we
both
like I
come-
said, we both got,
both
we all
on
have
mama side.
feminine and masculine energy in us. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't, like,
That's
we
our
both,
mama side.
we both look like both of them.
Yeah.
But like, I favor her more. He favor him more.
Yeah, I
That's
definitely
just what it
favor,
is. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And also like on the
Our
skin
family
complexion.
look alike,
yeah,
man.
we do.
Our family look alike.
And then like this, man, we can go all night, but let's end this thing, man. We go all night with this
Yeah,
one. 'cause
man, I'm
this a
about to
good
go.
one,
I
man.
gotta go
This-
get some waters, man.
We might do a part 2 for this one. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good conversation. We gotta figure out that might be a lecture series for us.
How do you believe in paper or anything more than you believe in yourself?
So be on the lookout for that, family. Be on the lookout for that. But hey, family, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of Lead Your Lineage. As we always love to say,
Talk
lead
to a
yourself
family
so you can
member.
lead your lineage. Love your family. Family is the foundation of freedom. Catch y'all next time.
Yeah,
Peace.
peace. Go cook for grandma. For real, go cook for grandpa.
Yeah, that's a good one.